Hey there, welcome to the channel. My name is James, and here at 20th and 21st Movies, we are about all things cinema. All right, it's time for another Kino Lorber 4K Ultra HD review. And this one is a film I have not seen before until I got this copy in the mail just a few days ago. It is the 1976 film directed by John Schlesinger, Marathon Man. This is the 1976 film that has this amazing cast. And I'll tell you right off the bat, I really enjoyed this movie. This is a really, really good thriller, suspense type thriller movie that I really enjoyed watching. I saw it for the first time on this new Kino Lorber 4K Ultra HD. Big reason why I enjoyed this movie was look at this cast that's listed. Hopefully the camera's focusing, but all you have to do is look at these 5 names listed here. Led by Dustin Hoffman, who plays in the lead role Babe Levy. He is a New York City graduate student in college, and he is doing his paper, trying to finish his degree. And he's got a father who years ago had killed himself. There's a mysterious backstory going on there. But the main thrust of this story is how Babe gets pulled into this shadowy plot where you have government agents trying to chase down a Nazi war criminal, and Babe gets wrapped up into it because of his connection to his brother, played by Roy Scheider. His brother Roy is Henry Doc Levy, masterfully played by Roy Scheider in this film. You also have Laurence Olivier, who plays a fantastic role. He plays the Nazi war criminal, Christian Zell, and he has a famous line in this movie that is a haunting line. Is it safe? Is it safe? And it's just so powerful and haunting, and it's just a fantastic part of this film. But I really enjoyed the cast of this movie. I thought they all did a fantastic job, including Hoffman, Laurence Olivier playing that evil war criminal. Roy Scheider, I thought, was absolutely solid as his brother, Doc Levy. Really loved him. He's a government agent. You're wondering, okay, how is he involved in this plot to chase down this war criminal? You have Devane, William Devane. He's also a government agent, and there's a lot of mystery around him. It's like, what is his angle? Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? What is he all about? Who is he working for? Just fantastic. And he is a stone cold killer of an actor, and he does a really nice job in this film playing this character, Janeway, the other government agent. And then you have Marthe Keller, who plays Elsa Opal. She is the love interest of Dustin Hoffman's character, Babe, in this movie. And they have a nice little, a romance in this film that I think added a nice element to this movie. But this is a great, enjoyable suspense thriller. It's based on a screenplay by William Goldman, who wrote the book, and he wrote the screenplay for this movie. And it's directed by John Schlesinger. Fantastic team behind this. You had the producer, whose name was Robert Evans, and he's featured in the special features talking about the making of this film. And so you got a couple of nice making of features in here that make up probably about 50 minutes on the disc, on the Blu-ray disc of this edition. And you also have a nice commentary as well. So you don't have a lot in the way of special features. You got a couple of making of features and a commentary. So, but other than that, you have, a series of trailers for a bunch of movies, and that's pretty much it. So it's not loaded with special features, but those making of documentaries are very, very good. And that commentary is also pretty nice on the disc, on the Blu-ray disc as well. Now, one of the things that really stands out about this release is the quality of the 4K image. And this is a 4K scan of the original camera negative, and it looks absolutely wonderful. I mean, I watched this movie a couple of times, and I watched it on a couple of TVs in my house. And I watched it in the basement on a 4K TV with Dolby Vision, and I watched it upstairs in our main living room on a 4K TV with Dolby Vision. And I cannot tell you how nice this picture looks. I mean, in terms of how this restoration reproduces that look in the mid-1970s in New York City, it looks absolutely wonderful. It faithfully reproduces a nice, gritty vision of New York City based upon that original cinematography it just brings it to life in a new way. It doesn't make it look like a new film or anything like that, but it makes it look genuine to the original intent of the way this film was shot, beautifully restored, perfectly clean. I saw nothing at all wrong with the image. I mean, I'll watch it again, but I did not see anything wrong with the print or the image at all. It looked beautifully cleaned up and just a fantastic restoration. I thought that the Dolby Vision, gave those colors a little bit of vibrancy and realness. And just overall, the picture was just amazingly solid, beautiful detail. It wasn't the type of picture that was just razor sharp like a brand new film, but it was beautifully detailed in terms of the textures, in the buildings, the detail on people's faces. You had a really nice depth within the image in terms of separation of objects in the foreground from the background. And I was just stunned at some of the shots in this movie. I mean, it just looks really nice in this 4K. And it was just a pleasure to watch. I mean, as I said many times before, I love stories in New York City in the 1970s. And this one is another beautiful time capsule of a film from that period, similar to The Taking of Pelham 123 in the early 1970s. Here's another example of an early 1970s film, beautifully restored in 4K, and just transporting you back to that time and place of early 1970s New York. Same with Shaft, 4K from last year from the Criterion Collection of that film, which I believe came out in 1972. So I just love those movies set in that aesthetic. And this restoration does a beautiful job of bringing that to life and making this picture look better than it's ever looked. So I have nothing to say but kudos to Kino for a great restoration job. Again, the special features are pretty light. You have the commentary, which has film historian Steve Mitchell and Nathaniel Thompson. And then you've got a couple of documentaries, The Making of Hollywood and Going the Distance, which are sort of making of features about Marathon Man. In one of those features, you'll see the producer, Robert Evans, talking about the process of adapting the screenplay or adapting the story to a screenplay, working with William Goldman, and how they brought the picture to life, how it was his original desire to cast Dustin Hoffman and Laurence Olivier in those roles. And it was one of the only times that he got his top choices for an actors, for actors in a film. So I thought that was interesting. So just hearing from the producer, hearing from the director, hearing from different people who had a role in making this film, it's always nice to see on those special features, on those making ofs. And I think you get about 50 minutes between the two making of features, and you have that commentary. So, overall, I think this is a really nice addition from Kino Lorber. It's not stacked from a special feature standpoint, but I would say that the real standout of this release is the quality of the film itself. It's a really nice, tightly written thriller starring Dustin Hoffman. Definitely kept me on the edge of my seat trying to figure out, okay, what's going to happen next? I was really pulled into that world of 1970s New York and just kind of blown away by the visuals while I was getting pulled into the story. So I really enjoyed the story. I don't do a number system on this channel, but I would just say that this falls probably slightly short of great. It's sort of in that really, really good category. But this is a film that I can definitely see myself revisiting because it is a fantastic, nice, tight thriller story. So that's sort of the way I'll describe it. It's a nice thriller. So if you like a nice thriller, you want to see some good acting performances. Again, this cast is stellar. Dustin Hoffman, Laurence Olivier, Roy Scheider, William Devane, Marthe Keller. Fantastic acting performances across the board. It's one of the main draws of this disc, along with, of course, the fact that the visuals look absolutely amazing. And so this is definitely a strong recommendation. Highly, highly recommended. This is one of those releases that a lot of people are probably not paying a lot of attention to, but I definitely think people should not sleep on Marathon Man. Is it safe? Is it safe? Check it out. So those are my thoughts on Marathon Man, the new release from Kino Lorber on 4K Ultra HD. Let me know your thoughts on this film in the comment section below. And also let me know what some of your favorite films are starring Dustin Hoffman. And also let me know if you know of any other films from John Schlesinger that you enjoy. I think one of the things I picked up in the special features and one of the making ofs was, I think for John Schlesinger, this was his first thriller film. So he had not ever done a thriller before. So I think this was his first, but let me know if you know of other Schlesinger films that you would recommend. Let me know that in the comment section below. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time at the movies. Peace. Check out Marathon Man. Oh, peace.